Hey everybody, this is GGP, co-host Puppers, and today we're going to be getting into another episode of the Conference of Champions tournament. Unfortunately, Boris will not be able to talk with us today and be interviewed, but you're going to get to hear my beautiful voice some more, so that's a win for you guys. I hope all you guys are doing well, thanks to the coronavirus spreading. It's very scary for people who aren't staying inside their homes. I'm fine. But this is kind of my way to vent some just being put inside a house all day. It's kind of boring, not gonna lie. So this is my kind of fun thing to do of the day. It's gonna do these voiceovers and make these videos for you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying them as much as I am. This MAC game, it's basically just, can Ben Roethlisberger help keep his pride on this drive? Maybe get a touchdown. Oh, immediately tackled. Good job. Dang it. I keep messing up the name. It was either Kenny G. Yeah, it was Kenny Golladay. So, see if the MAC can convert on this 3rd and 4 that we have here. 14 and a half minutes left in this game. Big Ben Roethlisberger. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And he just misses horribly. It's making me wonder, is this actually Ben Roethlisberger, or has a Skrull taken over his identity and become a bad quarterback? It's just, I expected them to be much better than this, just look at that roster with offensively. You have Big Ben, you have Kareem Hunt, you have Edelman and Kenny Golladay and Antonio Brown. That's a great roster. But it turns out it obviously was not that great of a roster, because he ended up just being absolutely crushed. I think it's just Big Ben. I think Big Ben had a bad game today. And maybe if you played this over, you'd get a different outcome. Although the Independence Chief has built up a very good squad, and I'm not going to try to shortchange their achievements. They had a great game here today. Taysom Hill has looked amazing. So I'm not going to try and shortchange them. They've had a great season so far. Well, actually, this is their first game, so not a great season so far. They got to play the Big Ten after this, so we're going to end up seeing a pretty good matchup there. Big Ten's very good, really all around at every position, and Independence definitely can compete. So let's see if they go play action here. Yes, he dumps it off to Mr. Ben Koyack. Ben Koyack has been a decent, he's had a couple catches here, so, it's very interesting. Ben Koyack's deal. Got him right there. Just catching that ball. Mr. Ben Koyack. But, anyways, let's talk about these real-life teams. The Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs are actually both very good, and we could be seeing them in the AFC. This could be the AFC Championship next year. I could see it happening. Baltimore traveling to Kansas City for the AFC Championship, and another pretty good-sized run up the middle for Jamal Williams. He hasn't had a great day, but he did end up getting that touchdown. He's averaging 3.1 yards per carry. It isn't great, but it isn't terrible either. So, anyways, in real life, Jamal Williams' team, the Green Bay Packers, it's going to be weird. Honestly, the NFC North is weird. Because the Packers, I think they were just a benefit of, they got a lot of good calls that went their way. And they were the benefit of having a really easy schedule. The Saints played the entire NFC West. That was where 2 of their losses came from. They ended up losing to the Rams without Drew Brees and the San Francisco 49ers, they ended up beating the Seahawks without Drew Brees, which was a playoff team. But I just think the Packers were just a benefit of having a really easy schedule. I don't think the Vikings are going to be that good next year either. It seems like there's a mass exodus out of Minnesota. It seems like everyone is leaving. It's just kind of like everyone's trying to get out as quickly as possible in Minnesota. So we end up with a lot of teams in the NFC North that I just don't think. So that's why I don't think, even though the Packers and the Vikings are probably the two favorites heading into the season. Okay, if you reach 50 yards for Jamal Williams. But even though those are probably the two favorites to win the NFC North next season, I just don't see it. Here's an underdog that I think my NFC predictions are going to be crazy. Okay, here's my underdog in the NFC North to win it all, and here's why I think the NFC North, this NFC North team has the best chance. Nice run there by Theo Riddick, but here's why I think the Lions have the best chance of winning this division. Number one, I think the NFC North is really weak. I think the NFC South is strong this year, and I think the NFC West is strong every year too. But I just don't think that the NFC North is strong. I mean, the NFC East is always really the weakest at this point. Any other division, the Cowboys would not win that division. I mean, sorry. Well, even when something good happens to you for the MAC, something bad happens. The guy knocks down the pass, and it's still caught for a first down. That's just saddening if you're an MAC Ravens fan. Well, MAC fans have already probably checked out of the building at this point. But I think the Lions have a really good chance because if you look at the offense of all the teams, and they get the sack. Khalil Mack gets the sack. But if you look at all the teams' offenses, okay, who's the best quarterback in the NFC North? Like, that's the question I normally ask myself is who's going to win the division, who I think the best quarterback is. Sometimes that doesn't work, but most of the time that's what I go with is who do I think the best quarterback is. And honestly, I think at this point in the NFC North, it's Matt Stafford. I think Kirk Cousins is okay. And he did get that win over the Saints in the playoffs. And I can't take that from him. That was a good win. But he got crushed by the Niners in the playoffs. He's known for not being able to win big games. And he won the Saints game, but he didn't even come close in the Niners game. And the Packers, I just don't think Aaron Rodgers is that good anymore. I think he's definitely on his decline. I think he's not really that great anymore. Sorry to say it. I think Aaron Rodgers was great at one point. I thought he was I think at one point he might have been the best quarterback in the NFL. But he's just not that guy anymore. And, that was close, but he ended up not getting that. So it's going to be a fourth down. We're going to get to see a Justin Yoon field goal kick. But I just don't think he's that guy anymore. And then everyone knows that Mitchell Trubisky's not the best guy in the NFC North. So that leaves Matt Stafford to win it. And that's why I think he is going to win it. I see him getting, this is weird to say, but the number 2 overall seed because I think they are an underdog to win it this year. I think they're a very good football team. And you saw it before Stafford got hurt. They should have won, they got that tie at the beginning. They should have won that game. But they played a real close game with the eventual Super Bowl winners, Kansas City Chiefs. They should have beat the Packers if not every single call went the Packers' way possible. To ghost hands to the face penalties. Probably the worst called game all of last year. But then Stafford got hurt, and they still competed in a lot of games. Jeff Driscoll was hurt. It was David Blau. With David Blau starting, the Detroit Lions almost beat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, granted, the Green Bay Packers aren't that good, but still, that should not have been close, and they made it close. And as a Saints fan, I was just like, oh, dang, God, dang, Detroit. But we could have, honestly, looking back on it, we could have had 2 huge upsets. We could have had the Packers lost to the Lions and the Patriots lost to the Dolphins. That would have been huge. It would have been crazy. The Saints would have moved to that number 2 spot. And then the Packers would have been playing the Vikings week 1, and I just don't know who comes out of there alive, honestly. And Saints, I don't think they'd be afraid of the Packers. I think I'd rather play the Packers at this point. So he goes across the middle to Julian Edelman. But I'd be more afraid of the Vikings at that point than the Packers, because the Packers are really just not that great of a football team. But it's I could also see it in the NFC. So NFC South, I think it's everyone's saying like Bucks, but the Saints just have such a great team built up. I don't even know, with the addition of Tom Brady, if that's even going to be close, really. I just don't think... I think Tom Brady's still a good quarterback. I just don't think he's a great quarterback. And the same thing, I look at Drew Brees. I think he's a good quarterback, but not a great quarterback anymore. But here's the difference. You have... I understand that Tom Brady has Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And granted, he has some real threats passing the ball. But his running back situation is horrendous. With really no one to give the ball to. And that's... Tom Brady really likes having someone to take that pressure off of him. And that was part of the problem last year, is they didn't have anyone to hand the ball off to, and it just didn't work. That's why the Patriots ended up with that 3 seed. Every team they played that was pretty good, they lost to. Nice. Why can't you throw these balls when they're when the game's not completely over Big Ben Roethlisberger? They could have made this game a little bit closer if he hit passes like that all the time. But Independence is going to challenge that? I just don't see that being overturned. It looked like a catch. Anything, I think it's going to be confirmed. I think Antonio Brown did have possession of that ball. I think he got 3 feet in. I think he tiptoed and then took a step out of bounds. He took a step and then he went out of bounds. It's a bad challenge by Andy Reid. But, we're winning by this much. I don't think it really matters that much. But it's going to be crazy. At least my predictions next... I just think the Saints have a great run. They're going to have a pretty good run game in Kamara and Latavius Murray. And then you add Emmanuel Sanders to the mix for the Saints, along with... Because it was really Michael Thomas, and they still dominated last year with just Michael Thomas. But that playoff game really showed that you need more than one receiver. And that's... Getting Emmanuel Sanders is huge. Adding on top of that, you can add the threat of Jared Cook. And that was part of the reason they lost the 49ers game, is because Jared Cook went out. And Jared Cook was awesome at the beginning of that game. He got 2 touchdown catches. And on top of that, the Saints added Malcolm Jenkins to their roster and DJ Swearinger. And DJ Swearinger, at least to me, is an underrated pickup. He can play... Now they have 4 safeties: Marcus Williams, Malcolm Jenkins, DJ Swearinger, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But all 4 of those guys, I could have playing in my secondary, and I'd be fine with it. I like all 4 of them. Ideally, we have Marcus Williams, Malcolm Jenkins, and we can have Chauncey play nickelback. He was great at it last year. I really do like Chauncey. He's a very good future. He has a good future with the Saints, at least I think he does. Nice run after the catch by Mr. Kareem Hunt. If they could just... if they could have got him going... I'm going to say the same thing about Conference USA that I did this. If they could have gotten their running back going on the ground, get a better offensive line, that they're really going to be a threat to take out next year. I think Big Ben had a bad game, yeah. But I still think he has the possibility. Anyways, he has the possibility next year to be great. So, I hope you guys are as hyped for the draft as I am. We're not getting any sports other than, this kind of until, this coronavirus thing's done. So, we're going to be... This is the closest... The draft's the closest we're going to get to seeing sports in a long time. But we get to see, I'm going to do a live stream of the NFL draft, so please check in to do that, at least the first round. I'm thinking about doing the second, third, and fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and just because I just don't have much to do other than that stuff, kind of. Oh, man, I should have cut on the inside. I don't know what Kareem Hunt would just do a little bubble around the guy. Don't make it super easy for him to tackle you. But I think I'm gonna enjoy doing that because there's just, other than my schoolwork, there's not much to do in quarantine. I gotta write some papers, obviously. But once it hits May, other than band, I'm not gonna have anything to do. So, okay, Big Ben has all the time in the world to survey, and he ends up getting the touchdown to Mr. Antonio Brown. He's a dancing. But yeah, other than schoolwork, I don't have really much to do, so I'm planning on putting a lot of time into my channel, especially if this quarantine goes into May. If it goes into May, I'm legit gonna die. This is just... so you're gonna see... Actually, I don't know, like, this is gonna go into May, but I don't know how deep into May. So if this is quarantine, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I could do some more draft analysis. Let me think. I don't know if you guys care. Put some comments and put some stuff in the comment section below, giving me some ideas. Because at this point, I'm just kind of confused about what you guys think I should do. I think you guys need to not act that excited about getting a touchdown, especially when you're losing 55-21. Even if you scored another 3 touchdowns, that still wouldn't be enough. They have over twice your amount of points. 2 times. They've doubled you in the amount of points they have. They're just destroying you guys. You need to calm down. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys really care. But what you guys think I should make videos on next. I'm thinking draft. I'll do some draft analysis videos. I'm thinking quarterback, running back, receiver. I might do those 3 just because it's fun. I like doing those kind of videos, especially when I do have opinions on these quarterbacks and these receivers. Running backs I don't know as much about, so I'm going to have to do some research. I know, my opinion, Jonathan Taylor is the best running back that you can draft. He's just so amazing. The only problem that I think he has is the fact that I don't think he was used that much as a receiving back in college. That, on top of the fact that he was used so much in college, that he might be a little bit worn out to go in the NFL. But still, I think you take that risk, especially if you can get him down at the bottom of the round. Like with the Dolphins or the Chiefs, they should both draft a guy like that. Okay, good run by Mr. Theo Riddick. So he's hoping to get to 50 yards and a touchdown, so we can look almost exactly like Jamal Williams' stats. He's just... But other than that, I think Dobbins is a great running back. Dobbins should be drafted. I think second running back taken. I could see Taylor and Dobbins going in the first round. Taylor as a Dolphin, and then Dobbins as a Chief. Ooh, sacked by Mr. Khalil Mack. Mack gets the sack. Now he's in the zone. He hasn't been in the zone all game. 4.5 minutes left. But and then I think the third best running back, in my opinion, is the Swift guy. I think DeAndre Swift is a star. I mean, I don't think... It's just a loaded running back class with Taylor and Dobbins and Swift. Although last year I could say the same thing. You had the first running back, it was Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was amazing for the Raiders. And then you had Miles Sanders. He was great for the Eagles. So you have a lot of good young running backs that were drafted last year. Oh my gosh, 79's good, holding off on fire Khalil Mack. But Max Crosby gets the sack anyways. And look out for that guy next year. If you're going to watch this Conference of Champions again, I sure hope you guys do. I really enjoy making them. And I will make some next year, so please watch it. T. Hill on the Chiefs. I always think of Tyreek Hill, but it's Taysom. But anyways, Max Crosby can be a star for them. He was amazing with the Raiders last year, even though he was just a 4th-round draft pick. And, man, was the pass rushing unit just amazing last year. Ed Oliver has a chance to be great for the American team. Nick Bosa looks really good. And then you have I don't know if Quinnen Williams can really break through for the SEC because they're starting two defensive tackles are Geno Atkins and Chris Jones. I think the top two defensive tackles in Madden right now. What a punt by Tyler Newsome. Unfortunately, it rolls out the back. It rolls into the end zone. But still, what a punt. I didn't expect him to get it that far. Big Ben's returning onto the field. Let's see if he can retreat. He can go 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions here. Actually, he has scored 3 touchdowns. Just one's on the ground, so it doesn't show it for him. But 3.5 minutes left. Let's see if he can drive down the field and get it in the end zone. And then I still think, my opinion, 4th best running back is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, other than that, there's just a big gap. I don't know. That Zach Moss guy for Utah, I think, is probably my 5th. But other than that. So he scans the field. He throws it short to Mr. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's really become his primary target. Maybe it's his connection with him from Pittsburgh. MAC can really make some noise next year. Like, if they can just get their offensive line situation figured out and get something happening on defense, because defense are just absolutely abysmal. But if you can get Sean Murphy-Bunting and Max Crosby, I think his name is, so they throw it short to Antonio Brown. But I think if you can get those two better on defense, looking at next year, that could definitely happen. Both were pretty good this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the MAC improves to next year. They can definitely have the potential to make a run at it next year, especially with their offensive firepower. Oh my God. the ball just flew in the air. It just decided, you know what? I want to go into the sky now. And that's what it decided to do. I'm disappointed we haven't had any real weather. I mean, we got some clouds here. But, other than that, we haven't gotten any real weather. I love real weather where they're, playing in snow and stuff. It's so cool. Okay. Ooh, face mask. First down from Mr. Kenny Galladay. And the penalties on Mr. Julian Love, who has had his times in this game. For instance, returning the block field goal for the touchdown at one point. But he ended up getting the face mask penalty, which is going to cost them a little bit. Although this is most definitely not going to be the game. They're gonna win this game no matter what. Even if they get a touchdown here, they get 28-55. That's still 27-point deficit. You're never going to achieve that in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, even if you do get all the onside kicks humanly possible. So let's see. Big Ben drops back to pass. He throws it, completely messes over the middle. I think that was good for Mr. Jack Conklin. Wait, no. 17. So that would be Kenny Galladay. I think it was meant for Kenny Galladay. But I'm excited to see what... These wild card teams are always fun to watch, even though they normally don't make it to the conference championship. Because just the MAC, Independence, Americans, and Mountain West, they're all, somewhat equal. Another pretty good catch for Antonio Brown. I think it's just because they're playing off of him because they don't want to give up the play. Make him drive down the field slower rather than faster. And it's going to be the 2-minute warning. Let's see if the MAC Ravens can get some kind of win here. Even though it's obviously not going to be the W that sends them to the divisional round. They can get, some points here. Definitely can build some momentum into next year. So that will definitely be a factor if they can punch it in here. Mr. Fred Warner. This Independence defense, it has some room to grow, definitely, with the secondary. But, okay, Big Ben just throws it in the ground because he decided that's the best way to gain yardage, is just to throw it into the earth, the turf. But let's talk about Julian Edelman and his team right now. The Patriots, they're just a wreck. I never thought last year when I was watching the Patriots, I was thinking, yeah, Tom Brady's last game. They're just trying to hype this up for next year. He's gonna be there next year, and then That's another face mask? Wow. The Independents really just want to give him this touchdown at the end of the game. I guess they don't. Man, another one against Julian Love. Julian Love just decided, you know what, let's face mask people on this final drive. But I really thought they were just going to hype it up for next. It was just really a hype up for next season. And when he took pictures of him leaving the stadium, I really thought it was just like hype. Yeah. Obviously, I was hoping he'd go somewhere else because I hate the Patriots and I hope the Bills win the division next year because I am a pretty big Bills fan. But I really didn't want him to go to Tampa. That's not helpful to my Saints' plan of winning the Super Bowl. But it's probably going to be Breeze's last year since Sean Payton really just kind of told everyone that. Dumps it off short and then just kind of Conklin just threw it after he got hit. He caught it and then he just like gets hit. He like volleyballs it forward. I've never understood that animation. It looks so stupid to me. But Taki, if you didn't see him last year, he actually can't. He flashed potential last year, so that's going to be definitely interesting if you're an Independence fan for something to watch next year to see if Taki gets any better. Let's see, 3rd and goal. Let's see, we have about 6 minutes left in this video. With a minute and a half left remaining in this quarter. But really, guys, just let me know if you think of anything I can do to make your days better, make you happier during this coronavirus spell. Good touchdown, second one for Julian Edelman. But it definitely making this seem closer before the end of the game, but they're still down by 27. I guess if you doubled their points here, they would not lose. That's the main thing. But they definitely just wanted that for, heading into next year. You have hope that if you can punch it in the end zone 4 times against the Independent Chiefs, maybe you can play better next year and it can be a closer game. I mean, 28 points it's a good amount to score in a single game, so they shouldn't be feel terrible on offense, I guess. I mean, Big Ben really shouldn't throw 3 interceptions in a game, but he's thrown 4 touchdowns, so maybe that can say that he made up for it, but I just don't know. John Harbaugh's talking to the ref. Oh, yeah, talk him up, John Harbaugh. Like, the game's over, bud. Just let it be. Let it be. But honestly, guys, just tell me what you think I could do to make this channel better. Like, I'm open to any suggestions. If you want some more Madden content, start thinking about doing some more stuff if May rolls around and the quarantine isn't lifted. But if you guys want some more just regular football stuff, I'm glad always to talk about football stuff. If any questions, I can answer them during one of these episodes. I mean, I don't have to have a full episode. Just that's what I normally talk about when games get out of hand anyways, is just how I think certain teams are going to do next year. So if you want, just post your favorite team, and I can talk about them for a little bit. I know a good amount about football, but if you guys just want that, please let me know in the comment section below. We're all in this together. It's coronavirus outbreak. It's just kind of really boring to sit alone at home and do nothing. So I make these videos. Maybe, hopefully, you guys watch them and we can help each other out from feeling just lonely. But got about 40 more seconds left in this thing, and we'll go over the stats after that. But just, I guess, say it while the game's still going on. I really like, if you could please like and subscribe, it would really help my self-esteem. Another throw. But at this point, I think they're just trying to rub it in. The MAC Ravens, yeah, we're better than you. 32 seconds left. They stopped the clock, too. I guess they just wanted to get Kyle Rudolph over 100 yards. I guess that was the plan. I don't know. Let's see what they're going to do here. I think they're probably going to run it with either Williams or Theo Riddick. But let me know in the comment section below what you think maybe we should do for this year, next year maybe. If injuries, that'll help. like I said, comment your favorite team. I'll talk about them in the next video. Actually, 2 videos. Hopefully, I'll have Boris over for the next video. And, anyways, please like and subscribe. It makes me feel really great that people are watching my videos. Like, you honestly have no clue how great it makes me feel. Please do that. It just takes a few seconds to make my day so much better. Or comment. Comments make me feel so great, too. Especially comments from people I don't already know. It makes me feel so great. Taysom Hill did have a great game. 379 yards, 4 touchdowns, 78.9% completion. It's just, he had a fantastic game. You can't take that away from him. Just amazing. But, please like and subscribe. Let's go over these stats, though, as soon as this game goes off the helmets. But please like and subscribe. The comments make me feel so great. But yeah, again, going over it one more time. Comment your favorite team. I'll talk about it during 2 videos from now. Comment any suggestions you think I should do video-wise. Anything that I can do to make these videos better for you guys, I'll be happy to do. Anyways, let's go into these stats right here. So, Mr. Taysom Hill went 30 for 38, 379 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Big Ben Roethlisberger, he went 31 for 46, 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 1 rushing touchdown, if you guys forgot about that one. So let's look at the rushing stats for the game. 22 carries for Kareem Hunt, 51 yards. 8 rushes, 92 yards for Taysom Hill. Jamal Williams had 15 for 62. Theoretic had 11 for 46. Big Ben had 4 for 20. Brandon Oliver had 2 for 10. And then receiving, Kenny Golladay had 10 for 71. Kyle Rudolph had 9 for 111. Tyler Conklin had 7 for 49. Will Fuller had 7 for 147. Tyler Conklin had 7. Kareem Hunt 5 for 74. And Tony Brown had 6 for 70. Julian Edelman had 3 for 49. Anyways, Ben Koyack 1 for 5. Theoretic 3 for 2. And then we got some touchdowns for here receiving. 3 for Tate, 2 for Edelman, 1 for Brown, and 1 for Fuller. And then Moton gave up 2 sacks, McGlinchey gave up 2 sacks, and Ronnie Staley gave up 1 sack. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is GGB, Co-host Pepper saying adios, amigos.